Yes, good morning, class. Welcome to the sponsored Prerna scheme for GATE 22 exam preparation. Yes, college has taken very well initiative to train our final year and third year students regarding GATE preparation. You know that GATE, that is Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering. So you can give the GATE exam n number of times in your lifetime. Okay. So after cracking the GATE, you can be easily directly called for uh, various MNCs, PSUs and all. Okay. So in each category you are having some set of marks. Means say for example HCST is having 30 marks or 20 marks for qualifying GATE, and OBC Open is having near about 30 marks for qualifying GATE exam. So college has taken very well initiative to train our third year and final student, so that when you give exam after final year, so you should crack GATE exam. Hope all the final year students have filled the GATE 20 examination form. Okay. So today I will discuss about the topic of control system, that is block diagram reduction technique and its numerical. Okay. So time for our lecture is 11:40 12:45. Delivered by Professor Pratik Gutke, Assistant Professor, Tulsiramji Gaikwad Patil College of Engineering and Tech. Okay. So let's move towards our uh, that is block diagram. Okay. Yes. Yes. Please tell me, am I audible? Is screen visible? Yes. Please reply. Yes, sir. Is screen visible? Screen is of a block diagram reduction technique and its flow. So for solving the problems of block diagram reduction and its signal flow graph, you should know the basic concepts. Okay. So in GATE question, they won't be asking you a theoretical question or a descriptive question. They are just checking your mm, uh, consciousness or checking your technical skills. So how to get what are the mm, block diagrams they are present in it, means how many loops are there, how many forward paths and all there. So you need to study some of the basic uh, features of block diagram. Say for example, yes, what is this block diagram? Block diagrams are very well represented in the control system. In the introductory section, we have seen the block diagram. Yes, this G1, G2 is your block, W of S is your um, element block diagram. Yes, what are the blocks? These are represented by the subsystem. Yes, I will be taking it a little bit fast because final year students already they have covered control system classes or control system course, which was in sixth semester electrical engineering. Okay, so blocks, what is the signal? Yes, this summation point, it is known as summing junction point, where all the inputs get meet together. Yes, standard block diagram form. Yes, U of S is your input and G of S is your plant, Y of S is your output. So how we can represent this Y of S? That is output equals to U of S into G of S. Yes, U of S is your input and G of S is your plant. So block diagram can be connected by three basic form: cascaded form, parallel. Cascaded means series form, parallel means parallel connection on the first and then second. Yes, parallel. And the feedback means the output is again given to input, feedback. So this is the three basic types of block diagram we have to study for it. Okay. What are those? These are cascaded form and the parallel and the feedback form. Yes, what is this cascaded form? Blocks connected in cascaded means one after another. When blocks are connected one after another, then it is known as cascaded form. Okay. So U of S is your input. Yes, three blocks are there: G1, G2, and then G3. Yes. What is the output of G1? X1 of S. What is the output of G2? X2 of S, and X3 of S. Similarly. Okay. So X1 of S equals to U of S into G1 of S. Yes. What is the output, that is x1. First of all, I will be taking here x1. So x1 output, x1 output, it can be represented u of s into g of s, right? So the equivalent transfer function of the cascaded block is the product of all three. When the blocks are connected one after another in the cascaded form, they are directly multiplied. Okay, means G1, G2 and G3. So together combining this block, it would be G1, G2 and G3. Are you getting? Yes. What is this parallel? Blocks are connected one by one. Means G1 is at top, then G2 is at middle, and G3 is at down. Means this connection is in parallel form. Okay. So in parallel form, what we have to do? We have to add these blocks. Means the combining these three blocks. What would be the parallel form? Yes, parallel form, it would be G1 plus G2 plus G3. Yes, see here in the example they have shown here. So G1 of s plus G2 of s plus G3 of s. When blocks are connected in parallel, then we have to add. But when the blocks are connected in the series, we have to just multiply it. Yes, are you getting? Okay. So one of the very important term, that is feedback form. So what this feedback looks like? Yes, feedback is some of the R of s is given to the input, then E of s is your output, G of s is your forward path block or the gain, and H of s is your feedback path. So how to reduce this feedback form? When all these blocks are there, they are representing the control system. Yes, in power plant, say for example in power plant, there is a control room. You need not go to actual coal handling plant side or water turbine plant, water treatment plant or turbine section or transformer section. By sitting in control room, we have to just make sure that all our departments or all our these things are working very well. So for this, the control system is there. Means in control room, we, with the help of some advanced softwares in electrical engineering, we have to just control all these blocks which are present in the actually. So this is feedback form. Okay. What are the types or the example of control system in our day-to-day life? Yes, anyone? Control system example in our day-to-day life? Yes. First one is traffic signal. Second one is washing machine. And third is, say for example, all control system. How we can say that it is control system? You very well know that. When there is, we will just take example for traffic signal. Traffic signal means when there is a rush or when the signal gets on, and when the roads are free, then the signals are open. In case of washing machine, set some time or different modes in washing machine. So for example, I want to clean my clothes. So I have to set some temperature. Washing machine don't know what is the dirtiness of the cloth and all. After some time, washing machine will get automatically shut down or the close. Just like bread toaster, when you are when you are inserting the bread inside the bread toaster, so what the bread toaster does? Bread toaster is having some time limit or the timer is there. So it does not know whether the bread is thick or thin. It just gives the output or the control in the just second whether your bread is toasted or not. So feedback form, in this case, feedback form, how to resolve it? So I have to take the transfer function of this feedback form. So what is the transfer function of feedback form? Yes, Y of s is your output, R of s is your input. So what control system says, output is nothing but the control transfer function is nothing but the output by the input. So Y of s equals to R of s is your input, divide into G of s divided by 1 plus G of s into H of s. You have to just keep this formula in mind, because for feedback form, this is very much important. after the end of this class, I will be sharing you the gate solved examples or the numericals. You will just go through it. Means all gate papers which are solved since 1991 up to 2021. All the gate papers, they are solved there. So you have to go through it and then just apply this concept, what I am telling you or teaching you right now. Then you will be getting some numericals for block diagram and all. Okay. So closed loop transfer function. How to take the transfer function of this closed loop? Yes, y of s, that is output by input, equals to g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. This is very much important. You have to just keep in this mind. Yes, feedback form. Just now I have told you g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. There are two types of feedback: positive feedback and then negative feedback. Yes, when there is a sign here, a negative, okay, when on summing point, when the sign is negative, you have to just put here sign as plus, means g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. This is called as negative feedback. Okay, so for negative feedback, the transfer function would be g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. And in case of positive feedback, when there would be a sign positive, in this case, means on summing point here, the sign, if it would be positive, then I will be saying it as positive feedback. Then what will be my transfer function? Transfer function would be g of s divided by 1 minus g of s into h of s. For positive feedback, what is the transfer function? G of s divided by 1 minus g of s into h of s. And in case of negative feedback, what is my transfer function? G of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s, where g of s and h of s are the factors of denominator in the loop gain or open loop transfer function. The gain from the input and the output of the feedback path is broken here. So in general, what is this transfer function T of s? Forward path gain. In this case, what is my forward path gain? G of s. And what is my feedback path gain? H of s. So the transfer function would be T of s equals to forward path gain, means g of s divided by 1 minus loop gain. Loop gain means g of s into h of s, like this. So what is this closed loop transfer function example? So now moving forward towards the example part. Yes, I have to calculate the closed loop transfer function of this numerical. So what I will be doing, first of all, I have just told you now formula that when two blocks are connected in cascaded, we have to just multiply it, means d of s and g of s, they are in cascaded form. So what I will be doing? Yes, directly I will be multiplying d of s into g of s, like this. See, d of s into g of s. First of all, I will multiply these two bracket d of s into g of s, and then there is a one loop. Just now I have told you what is the formula for loop. Forward path gain divided by 1 minus loop gain, means here in this case, this block, how I will be reducing it? D of s into g of s divided by 1 plus d of s into g of s into this feedback path, that is h2. Means in this part, I will be getting one block or this transfer function. What is my transfer function? D of s into g of s divided by 1 plus d of s into g of s into h2 multiply by h1. Why? Because h1 is in series or cascade with this block. So what will be my answer? Yes, h1 into d of s into g of s divided by 1 plus d of s into g of s into h2. Are you getting? Yes. So next, unity feedback system. What is this unity feedback system? Means in feedback path, when you are not having any element, means h of s is your feedback element. When h of s is not present in the system, then that type of system, it is known as unity feedback system. This block diagram shows the unity feedback system. In this case, the feedback path gain unity is 1. So I can also draw its transfer function. So transfer function y of s divided by r of s equals to nothing but g of s into d of s divided by 1 plus d of s into g of s. In this case, there is no h of s, that is feedback path is not available. See, the closed loop transfer function d of s into g of s divided by 1 plus d of s into g of s. Okay, this is your transfer function for the unity feedback system. What is this block diagram algebra? Yes, Often we want to simplify the block diagram into a simplifiable, recognizable form. So there would be a huge or vast block diagrams available in your given example. You have to just make it simple or reduce the block diagrams into its simple form. Simple form is nothing but there will be a input, and then in middle part there would be a block, and then output there would be a y of s. So you have to just move the block forward side, backward side. There would be a summing point, there would be a takeoff point and all. So we have to move around the relative blocks for summing points and the pick-off points. Yes, we have to move the forward paths, blocks, and then backside and pick side. So moving blocks back past of the summing junction. So what in this case I am doing, see, the following two blocks are the equivalent of each other. Yes, when I will be moving, see, first diagram you have to show, you have to see it. So in this diagram, I will be making some simplification. Means, see, this G of S block I am taking before the summing point. So what this rule says of block diagram, moving the G of S before the summing point. So this is the equivalent diagram for this. When I will be moving this block in front of here, then I will be adding this term here, G of S, into U of S. Here, the G of S element would be added. Okay, this is the rule for moving the block before the summing point. Same formula would be there for moving the block after the diagram. See, in this case, block is before the summing point. This is my summing point, Z symbol is summing point. So now I will be moving this block, that is G of S, after the summing point. So see, when I will be moving the summing point after the block, then in case of denominator, 1 by reciprocal of that block is getting added in the output, that is U of S. So G of S would be added, but it would be in reciprocal form, 1 by G of S. So these two diagrams are equivalent. These are two rules of moving block before the summing point, and next rule is moving the block after the summing point. Okay. Yes. Now moving forward. So what is this pick-off point? So this is straight line. In examples, you would be given this straight line, and at a dot where the blocks are connected, that point, it is known as the pick-off point. So I will be replacing this pick-off point backward the line. So what it will be, when I will be picking up the point before the block, then it would be 1 divided by G of S. And when we have to move the forward or the pickup point, see, these two rules are same. Okay, when taking pick-off point before the block and taking pick-off point after the block. Yes, are you getting? Okay, so these are the rules. Don't worry, I will be sharing this PPT and many more get solved question paper with you. So you just understand now, and then for your practice purpose, I will be sharing you all the solved GATE EE paper, okay, with you. These are the block diagram simplification, example number 1. So now I will be rearranging the following unity feedback system. Yes, in this case, forward path element is G of S and feedback path element is H of S. Okay. So in that case, what will be my transfer function? C, G of S divided by 1 plus G of S into H of S. Now this diagram I will be taking, second diagram. So the closed loop transfer function H of S and G of S, they are in series or the cascaded form. So directly I will be multiplying those blocks, means H of S into G of S. So this is my new loop. So how to reduce this block diagram or the feedback loop? Yes, here in this case, there is a unit feedback. So G of S into H of S divided by 1 plus G of S into H of S. And this block is in series with this whole simplification. So it will be directly getting multiplied here like this. Yes, are you getting? Okay. Yes. Now moving forward. Yes, yes, Devendra sir. Cascaded means series. When blocks are connected end to end and parallel, you can easily know that. Yes. Okay. So next example of block diagram simplification. See, like this numericals, you in university exam, this type of numerical it is asked for, say for example, 7 to 8 GATE examination. This is for just 2 marks. In level of yeah, in your exam, same you 7 to 8 any paper is or 2 marks. I have to sir, what we can here. So simplification first of all can be slow. The derivation or the simplification part, I will be reducing this loop first of all. This line, the red circle of reduce
Sir,
this
your
block
voice,
diagram. Yes, Devendra.
sir, your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Okay, but I am in full network. Let me check it once again. Yes, am I audible? Is screen visible clearly? Yes, please reply.
Yes, sir. Now is okay.
Now it is okay? Okay. So what was my numerical for block diagram reduction? This type of numerical they have been asked in your university, that is RTM menu, for 7 to 8 marks. But in case of GATE, it is asked for only 1 mark. So what we have to do it orally or in mind only, we have to do all these calculations. Okay. See, first of all, the red circle shows the first settlement of the blocks, means G1 and H1 are in the feedback form. So we have to make here loop. So what is this? G1 divided by 1 plus G1 into H1. Like this we have to derive. See, G equation G1 divided by 1 minus G1. Here no sign is there, means there would be a plus. Okay. At no sign is there in summing point, then it would be plus sign only. So for positive feedback, what I have told you, G1 divided by 1 minus G1 into H1. Minus sign would be there. If in case of summing point, it is plus sign. So on the feedback path, it would be 1 minus G1 divided by 1 minus G1 into H1. So first of all, I have to reduce this. So what is my next step? See, by solving this first step, I will be coming to the next diagram. See now. See, G1 divided by 1 minus G1 into H1, I have done here. So what is this next? I have to take this block before the takeoff point. This is my takeoff point. Red circle, this bar, it is the takeoff point. So I have to take this block before the, see, moving G2 block backward pass to the pickoff point. So blocks which are previous steps, G2 and H2 has become a feedback system there. Are you getting understand? I am moving this G2 block here. So this block will be getting added here. See, are you getting? I have moved this block, and what happens there, that G2 block, it comes with the reciprocal of that, means G4 by G2 block would be added here, and this point it would be shifted here as shown in the next diagram. See, this is my now new simplified diagram. Okay, are you getting? So now this G1 divided by 1 minus G1, this first block, red circle I am marked here. I have marked here. So these two blocks, G2 and this G1 block, they are in series. Series means cascaded. So what I will be doing here? Now directly multiplying those two blocks. So multiplying those two blocks, and this block is in feedback, means this whole, there would be a loop. So first of all, I will be multiplying this. So what will be my simplification? G1 into G2 divided by 1 minus G1 into H1 divided by 1 plus G1 G2 H2 divided by 1 minus G1 H1. Yes, are you getting? Now simplifying this, that denominator and this denominator, it would get cancelled directly. So what will be left over with me? G1 into G2 divided by 1 plus G1 H1 plus G1 G2 and H1. So this whole red circle block I have simplified here, and I will be getting this reduced form, that is G1 G2 divided by 1 minus G1 H1 plus G1 G2 H1, like this. Yes, now I have solved this. Now I have left over with this. Yes, you can easily say that these two blocks, they are in parallel. Okay, why parallel? Because G3 is there and also G4 is there. So G3 and G4, they are forward path element only. H means your feedback path element. G means forward path element. So these two forward path elements, they are in parallel. So directly adding those means G4 by G2 plus G3, like this. In next step, see. Yes, simplifying two parallel subsystems. So this subsystem, how to parallel? Yes, I have told you just now. G3 plus G4 by G2. Yes, cross multiply it. G3 G2 plus G4 divided by G2. So this block and this now new simplified block. These blocks, they are in series. So directly multiplying it. Series means cascaded form. So block diagram simplification. Okay, now I have left over with just two blocks after simplifying the whole numerical. Yes, are you getting the level or the simplification part for the gate level examination? These all simplification you just need to do for just 1 to 2 marks. But in RTMNU exam or the conventional exam, you will be asked this type of numerical for just 7 to 8 marks. Yes. So you just keep all the formulas in mind. There are 7 formulas. That is when blocks are connected in series, when blocks are connected in parallel, moving takeoff point after the block, moving takeoff point before the block, moving summing point after the block, moving summing point before the block, and shuffling the saddle points. These are all 7 rules you just have to keep in mind. So now this multiplication would be directly G1, G2 into G3 plus G1, G4 divided by 1 plus G1n. This is your final simplification or reduction part of that numerical. So one of the objectives, that is options, would be this one. 4 options would be given to you, and this numerical, this one numerical, this numerical they will give you, and 4 or 5 options they will be given. So you have to simplify it, and just you have to select this simplified answer. So in GATE exam, there is a negative marking. Yes, please keep in mind, there is a negative marking. So you would be very much perfect or very simplified, or when you are sure only, then only attempt those questions to get a good score in GATE examination. So like this was the first numerical, and this was the simplification part. Yes, moving forward to the same different type of numerical, that is block diagram for next numerical. Okay, so orally you can do it as G1, H1. These are in C. Multiple input, multiple output system. Yes, just now I have told you this numerical. Yes, this numerical is of single input and single output. R of S is your input and Y of S is your output. Okay. So what will be the multiple input and multiple output system? Means for a given input, there would be a number of inputs, means R1, R2, R3, and there will be a multiple outputs, that is Y1, Y2, and Y3, and all, so on. So multiple input, multiple system. See, this type of system, it is multiple input system. System often have more than one inputs. Example, reference R of S and disturbance W of S. Okay. So true transfer function from the reference side. So T of S equals to, yes, this is T of S. T of S, transfer function Y of S divided by R of S. Output by input. disturbance signal, that is W of S. So Y of S by W of S, it would be there. So transfer function, that is reference. Okay. So find the transfer function from R of S to Y of S here. See, first of all, I will be taking in this numerical there are two inputs. So I will be making W of S input as 0 first of all. Then I will be neglecting those part, and first of all I will be taking Y of S divided by R of S. And in next there would be two cases in this case of numerical. Means when making a W of S is 0 and when making R of S is 0. So first case I will be making W of S is 0. So what would be my transfer function? Yes. So W of S in this case I have made 0. So your simplified block diagram would look like this. R of S, E of S, D of S, U of S into G of S, and then Y of S. Unity feedback system is there. So what would be my transfer function? Y of S divided by R of S. Output by input. Okay. So transfer function Y of S divided by R of S equals to D of S into G of S. These two blocks, they are connected in cascaded or in series. So D of S into G of S. D of S into G of S divided by 1 plus D of S into G of S. I have told you when there would be a minus sign on the summing point, you have to take it as plus here in case of loop. So T of S equals to Y of S divided by R of S. Yes, this is my transfer function. So in next case, I would be making R of S as 0. So case number 2. What is my case number 2? R of S, I am making it as 0, then W of S, G of S, and then G of S. So what the block diagram will look like? See. This is the new case 2 block diagram. So next, find the transfer function from W of S to Y of S. You have to set R of S input as 0. Some assumptions you have to make here when in case of multiple input and multiple output system. Okay, so W of S is your input. Now, so what is the transfer function? W of S. So first of all, you have to reduce this loop. So G of S divided by 1 plus G of S into D of S. That whole simplification I will be multiplying with GW of S. Means G of S divided by 1 plus G of S into D of S into D GW of S. So this is the transfer function. Okay. So total transfer function would be case 1 transfer function plus case 2 transfer function. So first of all, 2 input transfer function, I would be having T of S equals to D of S into G of S divided by 1 plus D of S into G of S. This was my first transfer function. And in second transfer function, it would be T W of S equals to GW S G of S divided by 1 plus D of S into G of S. So D of S is the controller transfer function. Ultimately, we will determine what we have to control over both T of S, that is transfer function 1 and then transfer function 2. What do you want to do this with? Yes, design T of S to desired function and design TWSS for disturbance rejection. So second case is for disturbance signal and first case it is for performance of the system. So if you know the block diagram reduction very well, you would be asked with you would be asked with the signal flow graphs numerical also. So if you are thorough in block diagram reduction technique, you can easily solve the signal flow graph type of numericals also. You have to just replace those blocks with the dot. See here, what is this signal flow graphs look like? See, what is this signal flow graph? Yes, an alternative to the block diagram for graphically describing the signal, graphically describing the system. It is known as the signal flow graph. Yes, R of S is your input, and then 1 is your gain, E of S is another point, and then U of S, and then Y of S. This, yes, this is the loop. See, D of S, G of S into minus H of S means minus D of S, G of S, and H of S. This is one loop. In this numerical, there is only one forward path and one loop is present here. So signal flow graph, what it consists of? It consists of nodes and then branches. Branches will represent the system blocks. Okay. So branches are labeled with the system transfer functions, and the nodes sometimes labeled with signal names. Yes, the arrow indicates that the signal flow direction. In this case of signal flow graph, you are having only one forward path, and then one feedback loop is present there. Okay. So the branches labeled with the system transfer function and the nodes, the arrow indicates the signal flow direction. Always there would be a positive sum for this and the negative sign associated with the branch of the transfer functions. So how to reduce this block diagram into signal flow graph? I would be telling you, yes, a very short technique. To convert a block diagram into signal flow graph, you have to just keep in mind that first point is there, identify and label all the signals on the block diagram. Signals, you have to identify it. Second is place a node for each signal. Third is that you have to connect all the nodes with the branches in place of the blocks. Next, maintain the correct direction, means the direction for forward path and direction for the feedback path, and then block diagrams. If the desired simplify, then whether it is possible or not. Yes. So this is block diagram reduction. I have to make it as a signal flow graph. So now convert the signal flow graph. Now convert the block diagram into signal flow graph. Label any unlabeled signals. Okay, place a node for each signal. So for R of S, I am placing one node. Then for X of S, output is I am placing one node. Then E of S is there. So E of S, one node I have placed. U of S is another signal, I am placing one node. Y of S is another output. So I am placing one node here. And then here X2 of S is also output of some transfer function. So I will be placing those node here. So all these node I have to first of all place. And the next is connect all those nodes and give proper direction. So R of S to X of S, what is there? H1 is there. So I will be labeling it as H1 of S here. See. So this block diagram can be made like this. There are no changes. Same block diagram, it can be transformed into signal flow graph without changing the meaning. See, R of S and X of S, there is H1 of S. In place of X1 of S and E of S, there is a summing point, there is 1. So in case of U of S and E of S, what is there between U of S and E of S? D of S block is there. And between Y of S and U of S, G of S block is there. And Y of S and H2 of S block, there is a H2 of S. So the block diagram, it can be converted into the signal flow graph. There is one loop. What is the gain of that loop? D of S into G of S into -1. That would be the gain. See, nodes with the signal input, single input and single output, it can be eliminated if it makes X1 and X2. Okay. So this makes a sense that X1 of S and X2 of S leave U of S to indicate the separate between the controller and the plant. See, now I have placed the block diagram. So loop is there, D of S, G of S into -H2 of S. Like this one. You have to just, means in options you would be given various signal flow graph from the block diagram. You have to just identify those. Okay. Next example for a signal flow graph is, yes, this big block diagram reduction numerical they have given. You have to just convert it into signal flow graph. Okay. Yes. So what I have told you, just place the nodes. So R of S is one node, X1 of S is another node, X2 of S next node, X3 of S is another node, X4, X5, Y5. All those names which are given in the block diagram, you just place the nodes and then connect it. But don't change the meaning or direction of the loops. Okay, here. So connect all those points here now. See. So what I am showing you now, this block diagram, you have to connect all the nodes with the branches. So same block diagram, it can be looked like this. Connect the nodes with the branches. See, R of S, X1 of S, X2 of S, X3, X4, X5 of S, and then output Y of S. So there is no difference between the block diagram and the signal flow graph. Various scientists have given their approach to solve the block diagram reduction and the signal flow graphs. Okay. Yes. So I think that numericals for block diagram and the signal flow graph you might have understood. Yes, you just have to keep the formulas in mind or the rules to solve the block diagram reduction technique. Yes, Devendra? Yes, Devendra?
Yes, sir.
You have some doubt? You want to ask something?
No, sir.